All right, Tiffany Teo, congratulations on a huge submission victory over Meng Bo. You've got to be so excited. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Awesome, awesome. Well, let's jump right into this. Talk about the victory itself. Um, Monk started quite strong. She was getting going with her boxing early on, and she seemed to land pretty cleanly on you in the early going. You're looking a little bit marked up. Did
Mhm.
she hurt you at any point? Did she land cleanly on you? I mean, how are you feeling during those early exchanges?
Yeah, some of the punches it was really accurate and it landed clean. And I was kind of just trying to read what she's gonna do and took a few punches while trying to read her movements. Yeah,
It's got to be tough to kind of adjust on the fly like that when somebody's punching you in the face, I'd imagine.
yeah. But good thing is I have my corner, so I was trying to listen to what he was trying to tell me, and I made the
Mhm.
adjustment based on his advice. Yeah.
She's known for having very good boxing and for having good power. But were you surprised at all, with how hard she hit and how successful she was in those early moments?
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised to be honest. So I would say that she's one of the hardest hitter I've met so far in my career. Yeah.
hmm hmm Well, the good news is that you were able to turn the tables on her pretty quickly. You hit that takedown. How are you feeling when you got things down to the ground after kind of taking some hard shots early on?
Yeah. Once I took her down and I control on the ground, I knew that it's the end. Yeah.
And once you started locking up that choke, you get your arms around her neck. You can hear the
Mhm.
crowd getting excited. What is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
moment
yeah.
like for you?
Yeah, I was really like in my mind, I was just like I have to finish this like right now, and yeah, I was just really going for it, 100%. Yeah.
Mhm. That was your first win in quite a while, as you alluded to in your post-fight interview with Mitch. It must have been extra sweet, I'm guessing, under the circumstances, given that you hadn't fought in so long, right?
hmm
And with fans in attendance too, obviously a limited crowd, but hearing your Singaporean friends and family out there, that must have been a
Yeah,
sweet
yeah,
moment for you.
yeah. My phone was just like blowing up after the fight, and yeah, it was a great energy at the stadium. Like it's been a while since we had like a pretty decent crowd at the stadium, and I could just hear everyone cheering for me when I got the takedown, and just shouting really loud when I got the choke sinked in, and it felt really great. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, it was an incredible moment, and you certainly caused a bit of a stir after the fact in your post-fight interview, talking about a move down to the atomweight division. First of all, how
Mhm.
long have you been thinking about making that move?
Not too long to be honest. Like probably somewhere during this camp, because I felt like it was a pretty easy cut for me. Like I didn't have to diet much or anything, and I thought like what, I probably could be atomate if I tried to diet a little bit more. Yeah.
Mhm. Right. So, I mean, what kind of challenges do you anticipate as you move down to that division? You mentioned that it shouldn't be too difficult. Do you think it'll be pretty seamless?
Yeah, I would think so because I have a team. I work with I have a strength and conditioning coach, and he will help me with my diet and all. I don't foresee it being a huge problem. Yeah.
Well, it was a very classy announcement that you plan to change divisions. You weren't calling anybody out necessarily, but it is a very crowded division. A lot of big stars down there. A lot of very interesting fights. Is there anybody you're interested in fighting in your first fight in this new weight class? Anybody that you see as a fun or favorable matchup?
Yeah, I guess Ritu will be a fun one. I mean, we both just got our win against Meng Bo, so that should be a fun one. Yeah.
How do you think you match up with her?
I mean, she's known as a wrestler, and yeah, I think should be exciting. Should be a lot of back and forth, coming, striking, grappling, and wrestling. Yeah.
That'd be a great fight. As we've said, it's a very crowded division. There's a lot of talent there. It's obviously difficult to say at this point, but what do you think you have to do to earn a title shot in this weight class? How many wins roughly do you think that would require?
Well, probably yeah, it'll take like probably at least 2 or 3 wins, I guess, dominant performance to get to the title shot. Yeah.
And do you think this victory over Meng Bo, given that she's a former atomweight, is kind of a valuable way to kickstart a new start in this division?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, she has been, knocking out girls in the atom weight, and I just put up a dominant performance against her. Yeah, I think that's making a
hmm
statement for sure. Yeah.
hmm the atomweight title is next going to be up for grabs in a couple of months when Angela Lee comes back from her hiatus to defend her title against Stamp Fairtex. How do you think you match up with those two women?
Mm, Against them. So I think Stam is primarily known as like a striker. I've watched a couple of the fights,
hmm
and yeah, I think I'll do pretty well against her, stand up and even on the ground. Yeah, I don't foresee
hmm
her being much of a problem. Yeah.
And do you have a prediction for that fight between those two?
Mm, that's a tough one, right? It's kind of like a striker versus grappler, and Stem has shown from her last fight that she's not just a striker; she has some submission offense on her back too. So,
Hmm.
um, I would go with Angela for that, with the experience that she had so far. She's not a first time fighting for a 5 rounder title MMA fight, yeah,
Hmm.
and her
Um,
experience.
hmm hmm This move to atomweight that you're plotting is very exciting for a lot of fans. Obviously, some big fights on the horizon. But is it safe to assume that if one championship came to you with the right offer for another fight at strawweight, you would accept that also?
Yeah, for sure. It's like, the reason for moving to atomweight is because I want to stay active, and with the current straw, it's just kind of like I'm in a weird place where I fought almost everyone in the division, and it's all rematches from now on, and I'm just not sure how the division is going to play out. And I figured that if I want to fight more, I probably have to make a move to drop down to a lower weight cat. Yeah.
hmm Well, that leads perfectly into my last question for you before I let you go. Brand new start, brand new year, new weight class. What are you hoping to accomplish before this year's out?
I'm just hoping that I can fight more often. I'm hoping that this year I can get at least 4 fights in, and that's pretty much my New Year resolution, to fight as much as I can. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I can't wait to see it happen. Watch your next few fights. Congratulations on the huge victory.
Thank you.